100 years of serving Louisiana agriculture. 100 years of shaping policy and advocating for issues that impact Louisiana's farmers, ranchers, and rural communities. 100 years of sharing the stories of how food and fiber is grown in Louisiana. 100 years of helping farm families through disasters. 100 years of growing the next generation of ag leaders on the farm and in the classroom. 100 years of serving as the unified voice for Louisiana agriculture.
Farm Bureau has been vital for us, and not only for us, but for everybody involved in agriculture. To be able to stay on farm and do what we need to do day to day, and knowing that there's somebody else out there that's pushing for us and fighting for us. You know, occasionally we get called in to, be that voice that this is our problem and this is what we need. But for the most part, Farm Bureau as a whole is there for us doing that.
Farm Bureau helps me to be more aware of policy, of things that will affect my farm and farming operation in the future.
It's a good feeling knowing that you have that backbone that's always there helping, especially with the lobbying and different bills and policies in government. They definitely do a good job of providing that support.
Farm Bureau helps us in our operation because they're always there if we need anything. And having that total transparency, as well as somebody to actually talk to that will listen to the issues, has always been a great thing from Louisiana Farm Bureau.
I'm a Farm Bureau member because Farm Bureau cares about the farmers. They basically advocate for us whenever we have troubles, and they advocate for us when things are going good. Farm Bureau is always in the front to help protect farmers, period.
I think the single best aspect of being a Farm Bureau member is just the relationships that you build, the ability to network and communicate with others around us. It has given us a great pool of resources in the form of the farmers and ranchers in our community, such as when we decided to take this leap into sugarcane. We had a built-in supply of people that we could go to for advice within our Farm Bureau family.
If it wouldn't have been for the relationships that we've made in Farm Bureau, I wouldn't be selling beef direct to the consumer. My wife wouldn't have a flower farm, because that idea she brought that idea up at convention, and everybody was like, hey, you really need to let her do this. So I would be in a whole different world right now if it wouldn't have been for that.
I feel like there's always somebody there in your community, whether it's somebody that you need help and you can call a friend, or you have a legislative issue, they're there, just anything. I love the community Farm Bureau offers.
We enjoy spending time with each other. We have the same conversations. We have the same mishaps that happen, so we can all relate to each other. I just wish more people understood that it is a big family. Our kids are involved. Your kids can be involved too. It's not so structured that it's miserable. It's so much fun.
It's like going to a family reunion. A lot of people I only see once a year and that's at Farm Bureau Convention. I may talk to them quite often, several times a year, but I think the single best aspect is the family that we've become over the years that we've been involved.
It's like a social every time we have a meeting, and I feel like that's probably my favorite aspect of it, because I feel like I can bring my own family, my own kids to these meetings and help get them involved in what we're trying to accomplish as well.
Growing, helping, shaping, serving. These are a part of the fabric of our organization. But the future beckons. The challenge looms large. Where do we go from here? How do we embrace the future and honor the past? This is the challenge for the future of Farm Bureau.
When I think of the next 100 years of Farm Bureau, I hope to see the same thing we've got now, except better.
My vision of the next 100 years is an organization that's working for farmers and ranchers across the state, representing them in Baton Rouge and in Washington, growing our membership and adding value to our membership for our members.
I hope that Farm Bureau continues to grow as far as being inclusive to all farmers, making sure everybody has a voice. There's so many different types of crops and commodities that everybody should be heard.
In the next 100 years, I see Farm Bureau continuing to strive to make a difference and be the voice of Louisiana agriculture, and really pushing education towards those who need to understand how farmers and ranchers work every day to produce the foods and fibers that they use.
The single best asset of being a Farm Bureau member is unity. And if we all stick together as one, there's no way we can fail.
I think I still see Farm Bureau just as strong as it is now, especially with the leadership we have involved right now and the young people coming up. I really think it's here to stay. I still see that they're going to be the voice of farmers and ranchers across the country in years and years to come.
The next 100 years of Louisiana Farm Bureau begins now.
I am a mother.
I am a father.
I am a farm wife.
I am a 5th generation farmer, and the 6th is on the way.
I'm a young farmer and rancher.
I am a sugarcane farmer.
I'm a farmer, but I'm also a consumer.
I'm a florist.
I'm a craw fisherman.
I'm a mechanic.
I'm an author.
I am an educator.
I am a steward of the land.
I'm a leader.
I'm a support system.
I am the next 100 years.
I am the next 100 years.
I am the next 100 years of Farm Bureau.
I am 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 Farm Bureau.
We are Farm Bureau.
That does it for this edition of TWILA. Be sure to join us next week when we'll show you how people who lived in Louisiana 13,000 years ago depended on agriculture to survive. Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org, and be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find all of these stories and more on our YouTube channel, and be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know exactly when we put out new content. For all of us here at TWILA, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.